Okay, this is Turrican 2, following up on the look at the first game that I did on my previous video. So as you can see, this is fairly similar to the first game. It follows roughly the same template. I mean, gameplay wise it's that's quite fun. Gameplay wise it's almost identical, although it's a little bit more refined. It's like when you do the lightning beam. Yeah, I think that's a bug. Yes, much more refined than the first game, but I prefer the first one, and I think really it comes down to really just personal preference. While they tighten the game up a little bit, I think this one lost a little bit of its scale. The first couple of levels are very similar to the original game, so very large levels with lots to explore, but later on I found that whilst they were almost like a labyrinth, like the first game, you were directed a little bit more. Oh yes please. I can't get up there yet. Yeah, as I was saying, you were directed a little bit more through them. But other than that, if you like the first one, you'll love this. And it's got a little bit better backgrounds, so a bit more colour. And yeah, copper chips, blah blah blah. You know the routine by now. It's a little bit easier too. They changed it so you can use this Turrican ball as much as you want. Yeah, you can't get through this yet. I like the robots that are just randomly flying by. I think there's a couple of lives up here. The first time I played this was on the ST, so this was the first of the Turrican games that I played, so I played this before the first, and it came on a demo disc from ST format, and I very much enjoyed this game. I think the Amiga version is a little bit smoother, but they're more or less the same. I think if you get a choice, as with the first one, play the Amiga game. Yeah, they've upgraded the weapons in this a little bit. You did get a laser gun on the first game, but this spread shot was more or less the best thing you can get, whereas on this you get the bounce and you get the laser, but it's a much larger laser gun. There we go. Yeah, this spinny ball makes it a little bit too easy in places. Still lots of secrets to explore. Oh, I'm about to get stung to death. I've only got one bit of health left. Oh, no, bugger. Go the other way. There we go. I'll see if I can get the laser. There we go. Yeah, it's at full strength, so it's pretty much a solid block of death that comes from you. I think this is the boss now. Yeah, super weapon. You go into the ball and you press the wall laser doobry what's it thing, but you can only do it once per life. I'm going to be a really cheeky git and switch on the auto fire. It does make this boss a lot easier. You can crouch on the gun, but it's not always a good idea. Yep, I'll use that one again. Got him. As I mentioned on the previous video, the Mega Drive version of this was changed to have a Universal Soldier license at the last minute, and there's a big Dolph Lundgren character that just appears at that point, and it's a bit weird. He's the same size as that boss, which is just weird, and you're the normal size. Yeah, it's just wrong. Smart bomb, I'll have that. Now, do I want the spread shot? Oh, I've got a pea shooter one. Oh, I can't see. There's a lot of almost leaps of faith on this game where you can't see where you're going. Yeah. Let me jump on one of these robots, these walker robots, just for the laugh. Yeah, I think it wants me to have the bounce. Bees. I hate bees. I stood on a nest of wasps or whatever it was as a child, and yeah, wasn't pleasant. Gotta be careful with this, because if I stay as the ball for too long, I might roll. Oh! Missed it. I might roll off and end up at the beginning of the level, which would be annoying. Yeah, playing this with a CD32 controller is not always the best way to play the game. Right. Yeah, pixel perfect jumps. Something you don't really get anymore. Right, let's go back to the part of the level I was supposed to be in. So yeah, this is a good example of, I suppose, what makes Turrican and Turrican 2 what they are, these extra hidden bits in the level. I mean, you don't have to go this way at all. I'm fairly sure there's a big exit arrow saying go right, but you can go left if you want and explore, which is something you don't really see every day in games. I'm gonna roll it down here. Whee! Lots of rainbow colours, which I think the developers are just showing off with the Amiga. I think there's a life. Yeah, there we go. Blah 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 blah. There we go. And yeah. Oh. Not sure why the robots make that noise. It's like little sheep or something. I don't think I'll bother with that shaft on the left. It's just diamonds that I think they just give you a score, which is on the top left. Right, take a quick slur of my words. It's only coffee. Oh bugger. These vines you're supposed to shoot. Yeah, I love this bug in the game. They took it out on the Mega Drive version, but if you destroy a block that's under you, you stay in the air, you just float. No, you don't, Mr. Fish. I think this is where the bounce really comes into its own on these levels, where you just fire randomly. Oh, hang on. No, I don't want to be down here. Oh. Crap. I don't want to be here. It's got balls of death. What's that? It's like a big... Well, it's like something I've cooked, which is not good. One of my cake experiments that went wrong. Oh, can't quite get the angle. Some of these are live and some are not. And the lives and the one-ups rather have the same bug that you've got to actually touch them. You can't wait for them to fall if they've been jammed by something. Right, which way is it? You've got to go right. There's a bit down here you can't get to unless you fall onto it. There we go. Oh! Insert expletive. Uh-oh. Have I caught this up? No. I thought you needed a little bit of that vine to climb on. Seems you don't. But there is one on the left coming up. Yeah. I'm being lazy, I can't be bothered with those. Okay. It's on the left somewhere. There we go. I think I fouled this up. Yeah, I have. You'll see what I mean in a minute. There's a vine that grows, and there's some lives up there in a little alcove in the rock. Here we go. Cheat mode, well, not cheat mode, auto fire. I can shoot faster than you. Well, faster than it can. Should be a couple of lives. Play this too much. Yeah, on the Mega Drive game and the Game Boy game, so Universal Soldier, there's a hidden passage over there, which I think is the main redeeming feature about those, oh, pay attention, those versions of the game. I think these extra hidden bits from the Mega Drive version of the game are from the C64 when I think they simplified it for the Amiga game. I'm not sure. This bit reminds me of, is it the second level on Super Turrican on the SNES? There's a little bit and I think, ah, yeah, that's Turrican 2. It's almost like a homage. Get him. Yep. Don't shoot at me. Where do you go? I think it's up and right. Ooh, that was close. I think I'm just going to jump and hope for the best. Yes. I like the speech when you pick up power-ups on this. I don't think the first game had that, if I remember correctly. The ST version certainly doesn't. Ooh, now. How do you do this? I think it's this side. Yeah, there we go. That's just showing off a misspent youth. Yeah, and I think it's the Mega Drive version or the Game Boy version. You can continue on the left. There's a few more secrets. Man, I really should have got out more as a child. Right, here we go. Auto fire, or semi-auto fire on. It's a weird thing, it's like you can see the face with the big mouth and the almost like the sunglasses. Pay attention, the sunglasses. But it's almost like at the top there's like a little boar's head or a pig's head with a flashing nose. I'm not sure if that's intentional or whether that's just me. There we go. later on in the game there's a version of Katakis, or rather a game that was based on it by the same developer. So this is Manfred Trans. I think I've bastardised his name again, sorry. Oh, there we go. Who developed Katakis for the C64, which was very, very similar to R-Type in a few ways. And there was a legal battle, blah blah blah, with... who was it who made R-Type? IREM, or RM, however you pronounce it. And it was recalled and they had to change it and stuff like that. But there's a version of the game, in this game, it was almost inserted as a, I don't know, an extra. Was it to make the game more varied, or was it just because they could, or sneaked in, or whatever? But yeah, it does make for a bit more of a variety in the game. Almost like the jetpack level in the first game, which sadly I didn't get to show. Which is impressive for the parallax scrolling and all that stuff. I think I'll turn on... Oh, get it, go! Get, yeah! Turn on the auto fire here, I think. There's no reason not to, because you can't use the lightning whip. Yeah, the Mega Drive version sadly doesn't have the shoot 'em up levels. The space shoot 'em up, R-Type Katakis stuff. Might be a strange thing to say, but I think once you get to this stage, the game for me loses its magic. It strays from the first game, and it doesn't really have the variety in the levels. You don't really have as many of the secrets and exploration, all that. You're just following it through, which is why I won't say I don't like the third game, Turrican 3 or Mega Turrican on the Mega Drive. It's a bit more of a straight shooter without the exploration. Did I... No, oh, I've used it far too early. Oh, that was stupid. Go on. No, you stay outline. Stay still. Oh, now, stay still so I can shoot you. Yeah. Take another swig of coffee. Oh, that was a bit cheeky. It's almost like the piranha fish from the first game where, well, you see how I finished the video. You kill the boss and it fires out spiky balls and kills you. Something up here, I think. Which goes right in the face of the exploration bit, but I caught that up. But yeah, you can go up there and there's a couple of lives. Right, I think I'll leave it there. It's probably been about 15 minutes now. So, definitely an Amiga game, certainly an essential game to pick up on the Amiga. And if you've got the Mega Drive, I suppose you could play... Oh, that sounds really arrogant and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, play it, it's alright, but if you've got an Amiga, play this version of the game. It's by far the best. And I think, out of all of them, all the Turrican games, I think this one is largely regarded as the best. It's the most popular, and I think it's the most polished. The music's... I don't know if it's better than the first. I know the title screen's got 7 channels in it, which is quite a technical feat for the Amiga, but maybe the music's better on this game. But I think the exploration and the slightly easier difficulty level makes it not quite as good as the first one. Waffle, waffle, blah 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 blah. Yeah, play the first one, play this, and if you fancy a bit more, I would probably play Super Turrican on the SNES if you want really a sequel to this, and then play the Mega Drive one, or Turrican 3, and then, yeah, I suppose you could play Super Turrican 2, which went a bit more in a console-y go to the right and shoot things thing, and you don't have the lightning whip and all that stuff. It's not really a game that I like, so waffle, 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 blah 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 blah. I'll do a video on it anyway a little bit later, so thank you for watching and listening to me ramble and stuff.